The year is 1980, and two guys, Rodney and Joe, who had worked together before, decided to start a theater of their very own. They found a space in a struggling pocket sandwich shop in a rather questionable area of Lower Greenville. Their goal was to manage to last long enough, maybe a couple of years, to produce perhaps a dozen or so shows. That's what they wished to do. Their venue would consist of an entertainment theater, comedies, and melodramas. They began with the old American chestnut, The Drunkard, with hero to cheer, heroine to sigh for, and villain to jeer and toss popcorn at. Another American melodrama followed, such as No Mother to Guide Her, 10 Nights in a Bar Room, From Rags to Riches, and etc. These were a challenge to adapt, since they were usually 4 or 5 acts long, with huge cast. The writing and the plots were pretty ridiculous. They attracted a pretty good audience, but unfortunately, they were primarily interested in drinking beer and throwing popcorn, and not so much as watching their plays. The popcorn tossing was encouraged, as was the booing and hissing and cheering and sighing associated with melodramas. It was, after all, what made the melodramas unique: audience participation. So, to encourage a little more listening and a little less beer drinking, they decided to change the subject matter. They discontinued the old American melodramas and began spoofing such things as classic horror stories, Jekyll and Hyde, Sweeney Todd, Jack the Ripper, Dracula, and etc. Great bad science fiction, and even Sherlock Holmes. They found that when they had an interesting plot, the audience was more likely to actually pay attention to the play on the stage. Now, they still tossed their popcorn, they still hissed, and they still booed. But at least they had their attention and could still manage to drink a beer at the same time. They also decided they were overlooking melodramas, so they adopted their culture format, alternating their popcorn tossing spoofs with regular comedies such as The Nerd, Arsenic, and Old Lace, Barefoot in the Park. They had even tossed in a few heavier shows, although chosen for higher entertainment value, such as Camelot, Inherit the Wind, Death Traps, Vikings. Their musical adaptation to A Christmas Carol has been performed for over 40 consecutive Christmas seasons. They don't really count 2020. Their main stage plays were performed 4 times a week, Thursday through Saturday and Sunday at 2 o'clock. The Pocket is the last of the Dallas dinner theaters. Now let me introduce you to the 2 men who started this incredible place.
And we are up. Welcome to Stage on Dallas. I'm your host, Artie Eliason. Tonight, my 2 guests I think I can truly describe as Renaissance men of the theater. They are producers, actors, directors, technical directors, public relations, development, scene designers, set constructors, box office. Have I left anything out?
Maintenance.
Maintenance man, and they clean the toilets too, and I think probably cook even.
Yes.
A little too. My guests are Sir Joseph Dickinson and Rodney Dobbs of the Greenville Avenue Pocket Sandwich Theater. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Artie.
Tell me immediately, which came first, the theater or the restaurant?
The restaurant was there when we...
The restaurant was there originally.
And we did not own it originally.
We did not open the restaurant.
Mm-hmm. And you all are partners in crime.
True.
We can get the rape emphatic, we can get the rape poet, we can get the rape with Indians, a truly charming sight. We can get the rape on Prospect Day, don't say it's too gay. So you see the sort of rape depends on what you pay, which depends on what you pay.
I had a troupe more years ago than I care to think about at a little bar theater called the 1912 Emporium, which was down just off of Greenville. And we put on strictly melodramas on Friday and Saturday nights. And I went broke at that. And then some years later, Rodney and I met at Dallas Repertory Theater. He was the tech director then. And I had a small part in one of the plays, and I used to help him with sets. Mm-hmm. And we got along pretty good. We both liked beer. And we used to go out and have a few and talk about a place of our own, and we finally did it. Boy, that's oversimplification, isn't it?
Once again, the Emporium Players invite you to return with them in time. Paris, in the year 1897, to participate in a strange and terrible tale But first, to assist us in our trip to the past, we ask that you join our cast of players in singing a few songs of that era. You'll find the lyrics on the back of your programs. Please turn them over. Let us begin with Viva the War, Maestro.
If you wanted to pinpoint something and say, why did you create the kind of theater that you did, we thought there would be a market for it.
Shows run 7 weeks with the exception of our January show, and then we have a Christmas show that runs just through December every year.
Number of people throughout a number of shows, you get accustomed to people and what they can do, and you feel comfortable with them. I think every theater in town has the same problem.
It's a real temptation to cast people that you've worked with.
You know how they work.
Because you do become friends with, if anyone can imagine being friends with an actor, but...
Right, greedy young'un, kiss to what I say. And I say it'll get you, if you don't change your ways. They do say the Christmas time's its favorite time to stalk. Greedy young'uns, naughty young'uns.
Down so many of my homes to make shopping malls, to make apartment buildings. I didn't change with the times, and it hurt us. All I have left to give my family is my pride.
So, the year was around 2021, and there were rumors going around that the Mockingbird building had been purchased, and the legendary Pocket Sandwich Theater may be searching for a new home. A few trips over there, and well, it was obvious we had to have something this incredible in the city of Carrollton. We knew they would fit right in. You see, the Pocket Sandwich Theater is much more than just another place to go or take a date. This is an experience. This is a place where those memories, those fondest memories of yours, actually happen and take place. See, here within the walls of the Pocket Sandwich Theater, well, everyone is part of a community. We have no differences.
If you're going to celebrate a birthday and anniversary, I think there was a wedding proposal here. This is the place to do it. I mean, you're going to have fun and you're going to be, entertained. And if you'd like, throw popcorn at the actors. Filmed it, but there's a big moose on the back wall. And I actually removed it to put the projector up, and I heard all about it. Not from the theater, but from the patrons. It's a hard business to do. It's a restaurant and a theater. Why there's no dinner theaters? Those are hard animals to keep going. And unfortunately, people are more, time-driven. So to go out and have dinner and see a show, when you can see it in one place, is actually enjoyable, especially to me. I think this one has stuck around so long because of the way they present themselves. And at least I know on the actor and director and designer sides, we love working here. It's a wonderful place to work. It's been here for 38 years this November, so they're well established and they treat their cast, their crew, their employees, everybody really well. So people like to come back.
Woo, Miss Peggy!
So we got Miss Peggy. Get us out of here. Everybody say, Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I'm gonna give this Terry, Miss Aurora. Happy birthday to you. 1, 2, 3,
Live show at the Pocket Sandwich Theater 33 years ago. Two friends stumbled on a struggling sandwich shop, and they decided to add a live theater to its menu.
Interesting combination here. The theater, it remains a landmark in the Dallas art scene. Paige is actually live there with the history behind the theater and a glimpse at the current show. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning to you, and good morning, Texas. Thank you, show looks to be a better combination, particularly here at the iconic Pocket Sandwich Theater. I'm joined here by Rodney Domps and Shannon Dickinson to tell us more about the history of this establishment. Good morning to you. Good morning. I should mention that we have a performance that's happening right behind us here. This is Star Trek instead of Star Trek. It's a spoof on Star Trek. You're going to be hearing more from these actors in just a few minutes. But I want to start with you, Rodney. You were one of the founders of the Pocket Sandwich Theater back in the day on Greenville Avenue. You started it with Joe Dickinson. Unfortunately, we lost Joe not long ago. But tell me a little bit about how it all began.
Joe and I met working at the Mo Theater, and we thought, well, it'd be fun to do our own shows. We found a place on Lower Greenville that had already opened as a sandwich shop, and then made a deal with them and built a stage in the corner, and that was 37 years ago now.
Right. So. And I also want to now talk a little bit to Shannon Dickinson. You are the daughter of Joe Dickinson, so you've been here since the very beginning as well, and have seen really the theater grow and evolve.
Yes, I have. I started as a waitress, and now I'm manager of the theater. So
So you haven't taken the stage. That's not your thing.
That is not my thing.
Well, let's also, we have a picture too of one of the original casts here at the Pocket Sandwich Theater. How many productions do you think you've done over the years?
We have done around 270 collections.
270 and still going strong, which is a big accomplishment, given the fact that this is a small, privately funded, you fund your own theater, you fund everything. Congratulations on that success. I also want to talk about an icon that you have here too, named Lucy. I don't know, you could barely see Lucy up here at the top of the stage. She's at every single performance. We have a couple of pictures that are a little bit more close up of Lucy. Shannon, tell me the history behind Lucy Woodall.
In 1986, one of the stage managers bought this little Lucy statue, and we put it on the set, and every year now we dress her up as part of the show.
She's a part of the show. Well, speaking of the show, I want us to check in and see what's happening on board the Colonized.
In the city, Pocket Sandwich Theater says the Mockingbird Lane Shopping Center it has called home since 1990 was recently sold, and lease negotiations fell through. They have to be out by today. Employees have already packed up props and removed the old sign that's hung outside that theater for 32 years. But they won't be closing the curtains for good. The city of Carrollton asked the theater to move into an open space in its historic downtown. Theater manager Shannon Dickinson, whose father founded Pocket Sandwich back in 1980, says these last 2 years of the pandemic have been rough on the arts, and they had to shut down for months in 2020 and relied on support from the community to survive. But they are so thankful for the bittersweet opportunity.
We're really sad to see the old place go. We've been here a long time, and there's been a lot of very, very happy memories here. The city of Carrollton has been just so overwhelmingly good to us. They approached us about moving there, so we're excited.
And Pocket Sandwich Theater said it hopes to reopen at their new location this May or June. The new space will literally be off Broadway, a street that runs through downtown.
Now, the move to Carrollton did have a few hiccups. You see, the building that you're standing in today, that the Pocket Sandwich Theater calls home, was actually built in the year of 1902. It was Dallas County's first morgue. That's right, the building you're standing in was once a morgue. And when 1917 rolled around, it was home to the very first movie theater in Carrollton. It was the Myers Theater. December of 2022 finally came around, and that was the day all the excitement happened. It was the first show, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Pocket Sandwich Please silence all electronic devices. Also, flash photography is strictly prohibited. Please keep the aisles clear, as the actors and waitstaff will pass among you from time to time. And now, enjoy Ebenezer Scrooge.
All right. In March of 2023 was when the Pocket Sandwich Theater had its first official ribbon cutting ceremony, and well, Carrollton community and North Texas was thrilled to have the Pocket Sandwich back in business. We know saying goodbye to the Mockingbird Lane address was so hard. That was their home for so long. They made many relationships there, and eventually a lot of the people who would attend the plays ended up feeling more like family than anything else. We are so honored to have the Pocket Sandwich Theater call downtown Carrollton home, especially in a building that is so beloved that it's in.
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine.
I gotta get Kevin.
What?
All right.
Great
job, Shannon! The Pocket Sandwich Theater has now called Carrollton home for well over 3 years. And well, it just is different. It's not the same. It's not a comparison to Greenville Avenue. It's not comparing it to Mockingbird Lane. It's a different world. And we are happy that our world has changed this way. As you can see, they're here on the square in downtown Carrollton, and it is always full of life. Something's always going on. We're having festivals all the time, and they're being exposed to people who never even knew about them before. Our Metroplex gets bigger and bigger every year, and I can tell you, I've lived here my whole life, and I look at it, and there's times I don't even recognize it. We just keep growing, and this is the great place right off of I-35 and Beltline in downtown Carrollton in North Texas for you to find the Pocket Sandwich Theater and the community that you're seeing on this video yourself, and experience something new and fun. One of those moments in your life where you know that that memory is going to be something that you hold on forever. I know that in this video you heard many times how this is the only dinner theater that even exists right now and has been able to survive for well over 40 years here in North Texas. And there is a reason why. It's because the two men who started this did it for the right reasons.
As mayor, again, we are so pleased to have you. These hearts represent our love for you here in Carrollton, and it represents that you chose the heart of Carrollton. Our downtown square is the heart of Carrollton, so we are so pleased to have you. We're happy to be here.
They didn't do it for fame. Certainly didn't do it to become millionaires. They did it to bring communities together, to enjoy experiences that you wouldn't have tried before, and hopefully to make one of those memories that you hold dear to your heart for the rest of your life. Now, here are a few facts about the Pocket Sandwich Theater. In November of 2025, the Pocket Sandwich Theater celebrated her 45th birthday. It is the third oldest theater in all of Dallas, Texas. It is the second longest continually operated theater in Dallas. It has produced over 400 shows. It has provided over 5,400 roles for actors, over 24 technical theater jobs, and it has gone through over 1 million visitors, about 200,000 pounds of popcorn, and well over 30 critics. Shortly after the theater was established in November of 1980, a noted local theater critic showed up. He honored his presence with the theater, and he said, and this is a quote, "If the Pocket Sandwich Theater is the most fun you can have in a Dallas theater, then we must leave this area as quickly as possible." Now I want to say this. The Pocket Sandwich Theater is doing better than ever and stronger than ever. And if you don't believe it, watch this video and dare to tell me different. Now, I don't know where that critic stands today, and I don't know where he is, but I can tell you this. This is where the Pocket Sandwich Theater is. And for many years to come, it'll just continue to grow. Thank you to all who made this video possible. And thank you to all who made the Pocket Sandwich Theater everything she is today. Now, this is for all of the generations in the future to come. For all of you and the ones who haven't discovered the Pocket Sandwich Theater yet, this is for you to experience what so many of us have experienced in 45 years.